Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so I definitely want to say a big thank you to all of you guys who've recently joined my channel. It's so awesome to have you all, enjoying what I'm putting out here and subscribing and commenting and just getting your good vibes all up in here. It's awesome, and definitely welcome to the fam and all that good stuff. So of course we are here again with another weekly reading. This time this is going to be talking about the days, well, the week of July 29th to August 4th. So we're finally wrapping up July. I will be continuing to do these weekly readings into the month of August because I enjoy doing these. These are fun. And so of course, as always, I'm going to start by sharing the overall sort of collective energy for this time frame for this week. And interestingly, normally I usually get one card to represent this, but 3 decided to pop out. So for the overall energy of this week, we have the 7 of Wands, we also have the Devil, and we have the 4 of Swords. So what I got off this is, obviously this week for a lot of us is going to be dealing with taking a pause and really, needing to meditate and wait on something and really kind of weighing the choices that we have and sort of reevaluating, our own behavior and what it is that we're doing, what we're thinking in our mind, because of course the swords have to do with the element of the mind, the element of air. With the Devil card, that is talking about Capricorn energy, as well as, the 7 of Wands is that fire element, and so that could definitely represent things such as competition, of needing to just stand up and defend your stance on something. And so obviously with something like the Devil, a major arcana coming out for this week, it's really important for us to think about what we're giving our power to, what sort of habits, repeating habits that we have. Are they good? Are they bad? Or we have certain addictions? How are we sort of engaging with our material world in this week? And there definitely feels like this need to sort of have a certain defense up, because I feel like it can go either way, where either this week we'll definitely be challenged a lot by other people. There might be situations where that comes up. And so what's important in that sense is definitely to get away from it, to contemplate, take a moment to meditate and really think about it before engaging with it, so that exactly, I feel like getting a higher perspective from whatever that situation may be. The other sense I'm getting this is almost like needing to put up a defense in order to get away and really take this time to meditate on something and really clear out, what does this devil energy represent for each of us in this week. So that is definitely what I'm seeing for that. Let's see where I'm going to be able to set these guys, because it's kind of difficult. Let's see. Ooh, got that one there. Let's see if I can get the Devil to slide right back in there. See, this is why you gotta have these crystals around to act as a, let's see. I can get that there, and yeah, we'll set that there as well, so. Okay. So, with that said, let's go ahead now and dive into introducing the piles to get a more specific insight, still general reading, into what could be happening for this time frame and this week. So for group pile 1, we have the Red Calcite. For pile 2, we have the Orange Calcite. And for group 3, we have a piece of Green Calcite. I love calcite so much, if you haven't noticed. So with that said, definitely take your time, meditate if you need that, use a pendulum, use your own body as a pendulum. Just really trust in your intuition of what pile is calling for you. And of course, if more than one pile calls you, that is perfectly fine too. Obviously, there's messages in both of those piles that are relevant to your situation and what could be going on energetically for this week. So let's go ahead and for those who picked group 1 with the Red Calcite, as always, I'm going to start off by pulling some charms for you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a peek at this. Let's see. So we got a little extra message here that says, good news will come to you from far away. Let's see if there's any other elements of that coming out. Definitely a lot of interesting charms you guys have here. So color-wise, we definitely have a lot of blue, so I'm definitely thinking about communication and your throat chakra. A lot of red as well, so definitely thinking about your root chakra as well in this week. A lot of passion in that sense. You know, your family history. We also have that clear one, so really clearing up your mind, your sort of crown chakra. We also have the sunglasses. So again, there was that aspect of that overall energy for this week with the Devil and the Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands, you know, where I was getting that idea of, you know, needing to sort of take a break and like widen your perspective. You know, it's trying to see clearer in that sense. We also have, you know, another thing that's really standing out is this infinity symbol here. So definitely be thinking about, again, you know, the cycles that you go through. We also have that puzzle piece, so, and also along with the key, you know, a lot of this I feel like is gaining a better clarity over a situation. Even that Pegasus, you know, really taking forward and figuring out how to unlock certain aspects of yourself, as well as, you know, what piece of the puzzle that are you currently missing. You know, definitely be very aware of sounds in this week, because I feel like with this guitar, either you guys are musicians, you have a love for music, maybe, you know, the music that you listen to will be sending you certain messages coming through from that, or you'll have clairaudient moments. You know, we have the tree here, so I think of like the tree of life. Again, that's going back to the sort of cycles and going back to your roots. You know, with that turtle, it's important this week, again, because we had that overall energy of the Four of Swords. So really take things at your own pace. You know, I'm also thinking about the world. There's this whole aspect here that I'm getting off these charms of really this interconnectedness of the world, you know, needing to kind of get away, go to your own sort of private island in a sense to really contemplate, you know, what is it that you're seeking out at this time. You know, also, you guys, again, I was getting that sort of clairaudient thing. You guys could definitely be a psychic group. You know, I see, of course, transformation, and also with those ballet slippers, you know, you guys could definitely be a very much that could be significant for you. Again, I'm thinking about past lives, maybe your childhood, obviously dancing, you know, really that idea of movement and getting back into your element in that sense. We also have this barnacle shell. So with that, I'm thinking about, what are you still holding on to from the past? What things may be unresolved? Maybe what is like sticking to you? Like this aspect of like something kind of holding on, or you're holding on to something, and what is it that you need to release in that sense? You know, we have the golden heart as well. So, you know, what is going on in your heart for this week? What do you feel? Again, I feel like it's tied to this aspect of your childhood, maybe. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and also pull 3 tarot cards to represent sort of your overall energy for this week. What is it that you guys, group 1, who picked the red calcite, could be going through in this week of, July 29th to August 4th. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. We have card 8, Strength. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the 2 of Swords. So yes, let's go ahead and move your oracle cards over there. So yeah, there's definitely, again, I'm pretty sure with the Strength card in the traditional tarot that she actually has that infinity symbol above her head in that. So obviously that is the major arcana that's coming up for you right now. so far in this reading. So that is definitely what you're going to need to hold on to in this week, is definitely your strength. And, you know, knowing that you can weather any kind of storm, and that there's this aspect of really needing to balance out your emotions. Because especially with that Two of Swords, you guys could be very unsure about a decision on something. You know, this is all about decisions and kind of, you know, needing to unblindfold yourself, realize, you know, recognize what it is that you don't know, and then what it is you still need to have information on, and making that choice. That's also, you know, the Two of Swords, it's that element of, again, kind of like going back and kind of disconnecting from things, because this may be a decision that you don't want to make, because neither option could be, you think as neither one is appealing, but really deep down inside, or you want to avoid the whole entire situation of making this decision, because maybe you don't want to hurt, if it involves different parties of people, you don't want to hurt either side. But the truth of the matter is that you know exactly what it is that you need to make the decision on. You know what it is you're supposed to be doing. You know, that Queen of Pentacles, she's very much, you know, this is a great sign as far as your abundance, your material abundance goes, and really being in that seat of power and having a great balance between your private life and your work life. You can really run both. You know how to run both very well. And, you know, she's very nurturing. She is the queen of her, you know, her kingdom in every sense. And that's definitely an element that I'm getting here. Is also with that Leo, you know, that's Leo energy right now. We have a new moon in the sign of Leo. We're also in the Leo season. So that could be significant for a lot of you in this case. And so, you know, I feel like whatever it is in this week overall that you feel like you've been, debating about what kind of decision it is that you need to make about something, trust in your strength and your wisdom, that like deep down inside, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what kind of decision you make, and just, again, face it head on with that strength card and know that everything will work out how it's meant to. So let's also go ahead and pull from the little mini pagan tarot to get more clarification over the week. So as always, I try to pull at least 7 cards to represent each day in this week. So let's see what is going on for you guys, group 1. Okay, you guys definitely got an extra card, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. So we have the Elder of Wands, which is essentially like the King of Wands. Let's see if I can adjust this light a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. So we got essentially the King of Wands. We also have the King of Cups. Wow. We got the Magician. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Hierophant. We have the Wheel. Wow, guys. We have the Novice of Chalices, which is essentially the Knight of Cups. And we have the Ace of Swords. So you have quite a bit of major arcana going on. You know, we have that Magician coming up. Again, both the Magician and the Strength card, I'm pretty sure, have, you know, that infinity symbol going on. So it's that cycle. That's definitely coming up a lot for you. And we even have the Wheel and the Hierophant. So I definitely feel like for you guys this week, it's all about how you're manifesting. You know, what is it you want to manifest? How are you balancing all aspects of your life? You know, because you guys definitely have that power with that Magician. You can control and you can really bring together all of these elements and manifest exactly what it is you want. And so don't be feeling like, you know, with this Wheel card, it can be for some people, you know, that element of, you know, fate, feeling like maybe fate sometimes has more control over your destiny than you do. And I definitely feel like with the rest of these cards, that's not the case. The Wheel and fate is there to work with you. It's that element of chance. It's, you know, changing luck. That's all these ups and downs. And so, you know, I feel like, again, with that overall energy of the Two of Swords, take that risk, make that choice. If you feel like it lines up with what you using your magician sense, again, your intuition, if it lines up with what your intuition is telling you, it can lead to a brand new beginning for you, especially with that Ace of Swords. But the thing to keep in mind with the Ace of Swords is, much like the wheel, it can go either way. It's all dependent on how you use it. And so with the wheel, you know, there could definitely be a change of luck for you guys for the betterment, especially with a lot of these other cards. You know, interesting, we have the Hierophant. So especially with this particular deck with the Hierophant, I feel like, you know, it's all about, you know, traditions, institutions, you know, things like school, government, religion, and particularly with this imagery, you know, I feel like it's you guys changing your opinion on that. You know, again, going back to that strength and a lot of wisdom going on here with, you know, the Elder of Wands. What are you passionate about? Really facing those challenges head on, enjoying the challenges because you know that they make you grow even more. The Elder of Chalices, you know, having a lot of emotional wisdom, but, you know, the Elder of Chalices or the King of Cups, he's not as emotional as like the Queen of Cups, but still understands that balance of things. And so, again, the sense I'm getting off of this Hierophant is maybe, again, changing your perception of what traditions are right for you. You know, there's some sort of travel could be possible, you know, a message coming in really fast. Oh, look at that. You know, good news will come to you from far away. And so with that Eight of Wands, you know, something can suddenly pop up in this week that you weren't expecting. It could be, you know, maybe you applied for something a very long time ago, or, you know, you put something out there a long time ago and now it's suddenly coming up again, or there's some sort of message coming up, some kind of news, and it's really gonna spearhead you forward into, you know, a fast kind of movement. And I think you guys can definitely handle it. You know, there's that element of a new beginning with the Ace of Swords. And so finally, we also have, you know, that Novice of Chalices, who is essentially the Knight of Cups. So somebody could definitely be, you know, that could be part of this message, could be presenting you with an offer. You know, it could definitely be a romantic offer, or it's you guys really claiming your cup for yourself and really, you know, taking this development from being the Knight of Cups to becoming the King of Cups. So what is your major goal? I feel like, again, it's all going back to this element of the Two of Swords. Whatever decision it is that you're supposed to be making in this week, you're going to hear some news about it. You might get a message or some sort of intuitive insight. You know, take time and be very mindful of how you're manifesting things in your world. What intentions are you putting out there? Because again, with that Ace of Swords, it's double-edged. You know, it's all about truth and beginning and, you know, new clarity and new ideas. But mattering on how you use it, it can be used for sort of the opposite of all of that. So that's what I'm seeing right now for this. Let's also go ahead and start diving into your oracle cards. So for your overall energy in this week, we have the Angel of Balance in reverse. So this is card 48. And so with the card, you know, the Angel of Balance in reverse, this is talking about, you know, the Angel of Balance comes with a loving warning that something may be seriously out of proportion in your life. It could be an important emotional component, such as the lack of self-acceptance or self-care. Remember, however, that when you put yourself last, the universe will do likewise. Receiving this card reverse can often be a warning of lost energy, calling you to relax more, sleep more, or even just drink more water. Investigate how you may be out of balance in your time and energy regarding the externals and internals in your life. The adjacent cards in your spread could indicate the particulars. Perhaps you've been working too much or been too obsessed with relationships or money. This loving angel can help bring you the courage and wisdom you need to break such toxic patterns. Meditate on the angel's presence and visualize her pouring a beautiful liquid light through all of your chakras, balancing them and bringing you peace. Remember that you always have power to bring things back into peaceful balance. So I definitely feel like this is so related to that Two of Swords. I feel like, you know, because this, you know, this figure is blindfolded, even though she hits the bullseye, she feels kind of unsure and is not aware that she's doing that. So I feel like you guys could definitely be a group who feels like they're more out of balance than they really are. You have a lot of things going for you. It's all mattering on how you are internally feeling, and that in turn reflects what is going out into the world. Think about that, the strength card. Oh, that's card 8 too. Look at that. That's that. I'm telling you, the infinity symbol is like your symbol for this week. So much, guys. So again, be aware of that cycle of things. What you put out is going to come back to you. And so, I also brought up the chakras. So as far as your chakras go, think about your root chakra, your throat chakra, and your crown chakra. All those, or also consider all your other chakras. Are they all in a line? Do you feel like they're working, as properly as they should be? Meditate. So as far as a crystal that might be useful for you guys to use in this week, we have blue slace agate. So do you feel like you keep missing opportunities? Do you wish to recognize opportunities when they knock? Have faith that divine timing is at play in your life. Believe that you are always in the right place at the right time with the right people. And that's the angel of divine timing. So favorable opportunities present themselves to me in many ways. I recognize these opportunities and follow through on their promise. I always seem to be in the right place at the right time. I enjoy the benefits of divine timing. So there's your affirmation for this week. So again, you have the wheel appearing in your spread here. So yeah, everything, trust that everything happens in its own divine timing. So look for the signs, synchronicities. When things are coming closer, there will be synchronicities, and they could be easy to miss because they're so subtle in that nature. The other thing that you definitely should keep in mind for this week is represented by the altar priestess, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. This is card 39, and this is so that magician energy right here. I feel like you guys, this could be a very good week for you guys to do any sort of spell work, especially since we also have that new moon in Leo. New moons are very good for manifesting, bringing things towards you. And so we'll get more into that in a second, but let's go ahead and talk about this altar priestess. So what she's here to tell you is, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. The stage is set and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the altar priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You are being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. Are you degrading yourself in any way or lessening the importance of your impact in the world? Have you allowed someone else to dishonor you? That's going back to sort of this overall energy of the devil card. It's all about, this is also relating back to that overall energy, like the 7 of Wands. Have you failed to stand up for your beliefs in order to get something you want? And, that's also kind of like the Hierophant. What are your beliefs? Are you believing in somebody else's traditions because you feel like that's going to, further you on your path? Question. I feel like, again, all of this is related to your perception. That's what is going on in this week. I think you guys might be a group who are feeling like things are more out of your control, or maybe that you're missing that mark more than you really are. And so you just need to, again, take some time, kind of do your inner work, meditate, get things back in alignment, and trust in that aspect of divine timing. And finally, to get into, I pulled a specific card to represent what you guys need to know for the new moon in Leo. What is it you need to work on? Look what we got. We got card 37, cycles. And I've brought that up so many times already, again, with that element of the infinity symbol for you guys. What are your cycles? What are you going through? So with this card, it's talking about what goes around comes around is the message of the symbol of cycles. The moon goes through from new to full in cycles that repeat each month. Whatever you are planning to do or to reveal by asking your question will be revisited in other circumstances. Be clear about your action. You will surely meet this experience again. Remember, what goes around comes around. Like the moon that revolves around the planet, the energy that you express in your next action will orbit around you. Make sure it's a good one. Again, it's so crazy how everything lines up. I brought that up. You know, what are you putting out into the universe? Because it's always going to come back to you. And again, I feel like this is, you know, this moment here of feeling kind of unsure about a decision, it's something you have faced before. You know, it's part of your cycles. You just have to remember, like, you got this. I mean, you have the Strength card. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You got the Elder of Wands and the Elder of Chalices. You have so much innate wisdom and experience behind you. You just again, refocus, rebalance yourself, because you'll realize that. Maybe, again, it has to do with certain institutions that you've been involved in. Maybe that's kind of throwing you out balance, or maybe you need to get back into a routine and a schedule that is going to help you rebalance and start this new beginning for yourself. So yeah, I think, oh, that is so interesting. Let me flip this around. This Angel of Balance, look at that, and then look at your charm right here. That is crazy. So yeah, definitely, you know, drinking more water. You know, definitely get your health. If you feel like any aspect of your health has been kind of lacking, or maybe you've been slacking off in that element, you know, that Queen of Pentacles, that earth element, you know, has to do with everything material, and that includes your health. So maybe getting that back into balance will help clear up your mind, you know, cleaning house, you know, maybe, well, it's summer right now, so it wouldn't be spring cleaning. Maybe like a summer cleaning would be helpful. And again, there could be definitely an opportunity soon presenting itself, you know, with that Novus of Chalices and that Eight of Wands, you know, a message, an opportunity of some sort. And so you definitely have all the tools to really take that on. It's just a matter of, again, clearing up, I think, your mind space so that you know, like, you got this. You can hit that bullseye more often than you realize. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for you guys, Group 1 with the Red Calcite. If this reading resonated for you, please do leave a like on this video, and I will see you in the next one. For those who picked Group 2 with the Orange Calcite, let's go ahead and start by pulling your charms. Okay. Go ahead and take a look at these. So we have, an admirer is concealing their affection for you. Let's see. So definitely with that, for this one, definitely be thinking about your solar plexus chakra, so your personal power. Oh, we have a zodiac sign coming up. So we have Aquarius. So you guys could definitely be in Aquarius or have it somewhere in your chart, whether that's, you know, sun, moon, rising, or elsewhere. And this could just mean, you know, you have a very friendly personality. It could also represent that you're dealing with an Aquarius in this week. Got a lot of things going on here. I definitely, you know, with this right here, it makes me think of like a Cinderella story. So it's kind of, you know, maybe something that you've lost will come back to you, or, you know, this is an opportunity for transformation of some sort. So interesting enough, you guys got these same ones. So last group also had these same charms come up. So again, you know, thinking about what it is that you can unlock in yourself, really bringing all the puzzle pieces together. Maybe some of you are musicians, or you just really like music, or you're going to have a lot of clairaudient moments, or this music you're listening to is going to bring you a lot of messages in this week. Oh, we also have that music note. So yeah, definitely a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot of clairaudient kind of things. You know, and with this particular shell charm, I read this one as very Empress energy. So a lot of growth, a lot of femininity, of birth of new ideas, you know, and a literal birth, really having a lot of growth and grace in that way. And we also have, you know, the dragonfly coming out here. We also have, you guys have two charms of the mermaid. So definitely, I feel like for this, it's definitely this changing from feeling very shy and kind of hiding away to then really coming back out and recognizing your own beauty and your, again, it's that element of transformation. We also have the bottle here, so I feel like with this one in particular, really uncapping yourself in a very quick way. We also have, the image of the wheel coming up. So your cycles, we have the owl for wisdom. Again, butterfly, more transformation, your memory, your past. We also have this 2 heart charms. So there could definitely be an element of, maybe rekindling a certain romance or finding a new element of romance, or just coming more in alignment with what's in your heart. Wishes possibly coming true in this week, getting messages like that. Again, I feel like it's all about really embracing your own beauty in this week, really embracing that transformation and kind of bringing yourself out of your shell. So let's go ahead and also pull 3 tarot cards to represent the overall energy for your week from July 29th to August 4th for you guys who picked the orange calcite. So what is going on for you guys? Okay, so for the overall energy you guys will be dealing with in this week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Look at that. We also have the 7 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Cups. So if you guys missed my little talk about the overall cards and energies that I pulled for this week that we all will kind of be dealing with, the 4 of Swords came up, the Devil card, and the 7 of Wands. And already I feel like a lot of us are going to be dealing with a lot of contemplation, a lot of trying to change our perception on things. And so what I'm getting off this is that there's an opportunity here that you guys are not seeing it. There's an opportunity that would be presented to you in this week, because with that 4 of Cups, really toiling over, what you have been doing, but feel like something is still missing in that element and that you can't quite figure it out, and you're kind of just, you're stuck. It's a stagnant kind of feeling. You might be kind of bored and just frustrated over it, and you're not seeing that there's some other cup here that's being presented to you. And especially I'm feeling that's connecting a lot to this Knight of Pentacles, because look at that. He's reaching out with that pentacle in his hand, like he's here. It's also very similar, like those tools are coming up here and here. So you guys could definitely be a very creative group, or a very handy group. Maybe you do something as far as construction or building things. And I feel like, with this Knight of Pentacles, it could be somebody who's coming into your week to really help you in this situation and present you with something. And so it's really important for you not to be sort of trying to kind of like hide away or like sneak away from things or this person, kind of sneaking away with the swords, being very sly in that sense, Let's go ahead and clarify that 7 of Swords more from this particular deck, because I feel like that one's a very interesting one. So some of the things from this card for this particular deck, it says, la la la, nothing to see here. And so I'm carrying this stuff with me, but am I running away or running to? There's something wrong with this picture, isn't there? Our friend carrying the swords is clearly someplace she doesn't belong and doing something she isn't supposed to be doing. But sometimes appearances can be deceiving. Is she taking something away, or is she bringing something in? Is there some kind of heroic mission involved, or merely underhanded mischief? Whichever it is, it looks like shenanigans are afoot. So things to consider. The 7 of Swords could be a warning to be alert. Whatever situation you're in the midst of may be more complicated than it appears to be, and it might be hard to know who to trust. If something seems off, you should probably listen to your instincts. On the other hand, don't jump to conclusions. There may be a perfectly reasonable explanation for that guy walking off with all your jewelry. Maybe he's just taking you out to be clean. So what I'm feeling like that's kind of relating back to what I was talking about, the charms, with the element of sort of hiding yourself, or like being shy and kind of like, again, trying to avoid certain things because maybe you are afraid to kind of stand up and express yourself. Again, uncorking that bottle. And so, it could be that you're not quite sure what direction you're going. Are you running away from it, or are you running towards it? Like, it can be kind of this overwhelming feeling for you. And so you have a lot of confusion here. And also, it's like, look at the relationship between these two cards. It's like the Knight of Pentacles is coming towards you, and, the other figure has their back turned away. And they're kind of like, yeah, so I feel like, with that Knight of Pentacles, this could represent a person who they're very slow moving until they see their goal in sight, and then they'll charge forward and take it. They're very practical. They have a very set way in doing things. That could definitely represent you. But for some reason, I'm feeling this is more like somebody else involved in this week. They could be an earth sign of some sort, Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. So, and they want to present you with something, and I feel like you guys might be trying to turn away because you're not sure about this, this opportunity or whatever this is that they're offering you. Is it the right choice? You're looking for perfection instead of being, I think, open to any sort of possibility, having a more open mind about the situation. So let's also go ahead and pull now 7 cards to represent every single day in this week, as well as just clarifying more of this overall energy. So let's go ahead and see what is going on. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and unpack these cards and let's see what's going on. So, yeah, we have the 8 of Chalices. We have the Magician coming up again. You guys are the second group to have that. We also have the 2 of Wands. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Moon card. Wow. We also have, the Elemental of Pentacles, which is essentially like the Page of Pentacles. You got the 2 of Pentacles. We also have the 2 of Chalices. Oh my god. And you have the Strength card, just like last group too. There's a lot of similar energies going on in this week. And so, let's talk about these major arcanas first. Oh, and we have, oh my god, look at all the 2 energy. Look at that. 2, 2, 2. Oh, wow. This is wild, guys. So, with these major arcanas, this, I feel like with the Moon card in particular, so the moon cycles might be important to you overall as well for you guys who picked this group, because we do have a new moon in the sign of Leo. And also with the Moon card, this is revealing, secrets. Illusions are coming out. The light of the moon is going to show the world in a completely different way than the sun does. And so any sort of deceptions, hidden truths are going to be revealed in this light. And so, be prepared for that to come out. And so I feel like this is definitely very much related to yourself. I feel like this is, the moon is really going to highlight what things you've been hiding from yourself. Really trying to, clarify and, spirit here, giving you a bit of a shakeup, like, hey, you've been ignoring this. We're trying to show you this, like there's an opportunity here, and you're not quite seeing it yet. And so the moon is really going to trigger that to start, that process, really going in to your own kind of sacred space and working on that manifestation. We have the moon twice here. So really think about what sort of things you're putting out there into the universe. That Magician element is really knowing how to combine all these different elements to make something happen. It's manifestation hardcore. And so, and then with the Strength card, that is finally, I feel like, coming into balance, because we have a lot of that gonna talk a lot about balance here with all these 2 elements. I mean, 2, 2, 2, that might be significant for you guys. And so, the Strength is coming into harmony with all those aspects, having a lot of courage, bravery, and, that fire. This is a Leo element right here. And so I feel like this Leo moon is going to be very important for you guys to work through this, to really try to clarify, what is it you're bringing in. And because I feel like whatever it is that you've been wanting to manifest, it's here. It's right around the corner. And so you just have to be aware and be able to see that opportunity as it comes. Be very aware of how you're using your emotions. Don't be too aggressive, but also don't, not be aggressive, if that makes any sense. Like, go after the things you want, but don't do it at the expense of maybe hurting somebody else. Now, we also have, overall, you guys have a lot of pentacle energy going on here. So this has a lot to do with your material world, your money situation. And I feel like, with that 7 of Pentacles, you've been working on a lot of things, you've been wanting things to grow. And again, it's going back to that frustration of like, you just want things to happen now. You don't want to wait anymore, but everything has its own divine time. And so you need to keep focusing. You need to keep your manifestation going. Don't give up on that, because you might have been working so hard on manifesting something for so long and you still aren't seeing, the results of it. And you need to, again, be patient, because especially if it's something in regards to romance for you guys, if that's something you've been wanting to, bring forth with that 9 of Pentacles, he's not super fast moving. He's the slowest knight out of the bunch. And so really taking your time, so that it's going to require you to have a lot of patience. Don't go running away from something before you give it enough time. Even with that 8 of Chalices, this is talking about walking away from something. And when in this regard, I feel like, in a lot of ways, I feel like you don't want to walk away from something, but it's more of walking away from a certain perception that you're having. And so, needing to maybe go on a journey with something, because we also have, again, the 2 of Wands, we have the 2 of Pentacles, and we have the 2 of Chalices. So with the 2 of Wands, I feel like you guys are really wanting to figure out what your goals are, and you're making plans about that. And maybe that's going to require you to maybe take a little like day trip to go somewhere else, kind of set things aside. Maybe, oh, there we go. Because, with this card in particular, this is the one that's standing out a lot to me. It's like, this character has been working so hard with these different cops, been just like hammering away at it, and still something is not piecing it all together. And so maybe what's required of you is to take a little bit of a break. Maybe not abandon it, don't abandon those things, but take a moment to step back and sort of go back into your own space for a moment and kind of meditate on that. And, give it some time and let it grow at its own pace. I feel like you guys are wanting to move things around, move things very fast, but everything here is signaling that you have to really take your time. And so with this element of Pentacles, elemental of Pentacles, that is the Page of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and clarify that a little bit more. So yeah, with this element of the elemental of Pentacles, or essentially the Page of Pentacles, this is all about wanting to start something new. It's, especially with this card, it is the most, it's youthful, it's wild, it's the most wild element of the earth. So it's, again, things grow as they should be. They will grow however they want. Even though you want to start something new, it will happen. I think the universe and spirit is recognizing that you want to start something new. But again, you have to have patience. That's what you're learning, Have patience in this thing. Because also, with the 2 of Pentacles, this is needing to balance things out. You might be kind of running all over the place, and your schedule is kind of hectic. And, you're kind of stressed, and you're trying to keep this juggling act going. And again, maybe it's time for you to kind of stop for a second and really question, is everything that I'm doing right now really what I want to be doing? And I've lost sight of my major goals. So I feel like for you guys, it's a time to get back into balance with that 2 element. It's also that element of partnership, because with that 2 chalices, that is a major sign that, especially on the romance sector, you could definitely meet somebody who, whether it is romantic or not, it could just be a friendship, it could be a partnership, and it's going to be an instant connection. And you still, even though it's an instant connection, you still have to work at it. But it's a really good sign that there is some super beneficial partnership on the horizon for you. I think it's just a matter of you kind of slowing down. That's what I'm feeling. You guys need to slow down a little bit and take some time to let things, the rest of everything else, catch up with you. So let's also go ahead and talk about some of the cards we got here. So for your overall energy of this week, we have the adjacent possibilities. So yeah, look at that. There's so many different, this is a pretty positive card in my opinion, even though it's like there's so many different doorways and possibilities, many unconsidered options. That's what it is, especially with that element of pentacles and the four of chalices. There's unconsidered options you have before you. So sometimes the force of habit keeps you stuck and unaware of potential healthier and happier choices at hand. Yet every moment gives you the option to open a different door and take a different course, whether it's in your thoughts, behaviors, or major life decisions. Unlike the indecision card, which indicates confusion and validation about which course to take, the adjacent possibilities card is here to tell you that you have many options and it's time to take a wider look at things. As you consider the many life choices available, you will feel more and more empowered and motivated, that strength card right there, to make the decisions that bring happiness, strength, and forward motion. In terms of your goals, this card could indicate unknown and previously unconsidered ideas. Perhaps there's a marketing tool you haven't thought of, a connection you haven't tapped, or even an entirely different direction that would be more suited for you. Be conscious, be aware, and be flexible and willing to take new and different action now. So yeah, that totally lines up with what I've been feeling with these cards, Just be aware, because there's obviously so many possibilities that you can take hold of. You just have to be, have a wider view about it. So next up, we have the crystal that might be useful for you guys to use, and this is so crazy. In this week, we actually have orange calcite, and that is the stone that I put on this file is orange calcite. So that is definitely your guys' stone. So are you experiencing major changes or that are challenging your emotional state? Trust in the process of change and honor your feelings. Take the time to balance energy. Pay particular attention to the health of your nerves, bones, and muscles. Yeah, calcite is very good for bringing back like calcium into your body. And so this is the angel of change. I embrace the changes occurring in my life. I recognize that all changes bring better life situations. I'm grateful that the energy flowing through me is in balance. I have a strong physical structure. All parts of my body feel good. So yeah, I definitely feel like, I've mentioned that before about needing to get things into balance. I feel like you guys are kind of a group that some of you might be kind of stubborn. Like you don't want to particularly change a certain pattern, with that overall energy of the devil. Yeah, being sort of relying so much on a certain pattern that worked for you in the past, but now it's like you've outgrown that. You've outgrown that shell, kind of like a hermit crab. They have to change their shell as they grow bigger. Now, we also have, for your other things to keep in mind for this week, we have the horse king, assistance and control. We also have the resting tree, patience and stillness. What was I telling you guys? You gotta be more patient. So with the horse king, this is card, oh my god, look at that. This is card 22. You guys, 2 is your number. Maybe you guys are a life path 2 or a 22. So let's talk about the horse king first. So with card 42, this is talking about the horse king always comes to lend you the power to go the distance, forging ahead whatever the weather. You will most certainly reach your perfect destination with this noble ally. He lets you know that some person or circumstances brought through synchronicity will certainly appear to help you with your endeavors. That's what I was talking about with this Knight of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. They're here to help you, so let them. Especially if their perspective on things might be completely different from yours, and that might be very challenging, but it's something you need to embrace because that new perspective is going to help you grow so much. This is the partnership that is going to help you grow. So, you aren't meant to go this part of the journey alone. This is also an important time to delegate authority to others that you may assist you so they may assist you. Currently, you're magnetic to powerful people who are in a position to help make your dreams come true. The Horse King asks you to remain open to those who are sent to you to aid you. You can be assured that you will be lifted up and you will ride high in victory. Wow, guys. And then with this card 22, with the resting tree. The resting tree is a sign that for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. This is the representation of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key to being with this ally. The resting tree asks you to slow down, sit back, and watch the roses bloom. Oh, look at that. And you have the rose charm here. Yeah. Sit back and watch the roses bloom and the birds feed in the meadow. This isn't the time to forge ahead in any way. You may not be taking enough breaks, so you are invited to be still and contemplate your good fortune, even if it means blessing the chaos in your life. This is a sign to allow everything to fall away except the stillness of the moment. It is like living within the space between breaths. When the resting tree appears, it signals that you've done all you can for now, and it's time to unwind and allow your story to unfold on its own accord. You've earned the right to rest and relax. Amazing ideas will come if you do. Remember the ancient saying, we do without doing and everything gets done. And again, that really brought up, when I saw this shoe, I was saying, oh, the Cinderella story. And think about that. Cinderella, she has help. She has, the fairy godmother helps, get her to the ball. And when she gets to the ball, she has to leave, and she leaves the shoe. And that's the piece that the prince uses to then find her. So I feel like you guys have kind of set all your pieces out there. And so now you just need to kind of, again, take a little bit of a break, maybe go on a little spacation, work on your manifesting and getting back in touch with your roots, with your personal power, and allow things to just happen. And then finally, we have the card that I pulled to represent specifically what you should know for this new moon in Leo, what you may need to work on. And we have self-worth, card 32. So let's go ahead and talk about this card. And interesting enough, look, she's holding a heart close to her chest, and we had that. A part of this key to, welcoming and accepting, this Knight of Pentacles person, this partnership, it starts partially with you accepting yourself, really coming in and embracing, your self-worth. So yeah, when you draw this symbol, you are asked to consider what value do you place on yourself in your life. Do you believe in yourself, or do you behave in a way that tells others you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect no matter the circumstances they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising situations. Love yourself, for I, Nyx, love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best, and you shall have it. Keep your head high. So of course, this is the wisdom of the House of Night, so that's where the Nyx is coming from. So yeah, you guys just have to, I feel like this week is really requiring you to take a moment to pause, be patient, and really practice some self-worth, some self-care, especially with that strength card. You need to take a moment because things are changing, things are occurring. And so, honor your feelings, take time to balance your energy, pay particular attention to the health of your nerves, bones, and muscles. So, take some time to do some self-care because you've been working really hard. You've been struggling probably in that area, been very overwhelmed, with all these different tasks, these things that have been, occupying your mind. And so you just need to breathe, really, meditate under, this new moon. And just allow things to happen because assistance is coming to you in the form of a partnership, a friendship, a romance, whatever it is. It's here to present you and show you another way of doing things. That's what I'm feeling. So yes, if this reading resonated for you, please do leave a like on this video. I hope it made sense to you guys, and I wish you all the best for this coming week. All right, bye, for those who picked the third and final group with the green calcite here, let's go ahead Excuse me. Let's go ahead and start by pulling you guys some charms. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see what we got here. So, be prepared to accept a wondrous opportunity in the days ahead. You know, take note of those numbers. They might be significant for you. We also have innocence and time once lost can never be regained. Also take note of those numbers. With that, I feel like whenever that one comes up, I always think about, you know, don't beat yourself up over things that happened in the past. You know, those things happen for certain reasons, and so it's just time to let those things go, because again, you're never going to regain those things. But even though you'll never be able to regain what you conceive you lost, what in those situations did you actually gain? And then we also have an admirer is concealing their affections for you. Ooh. Okay, so let's go ahead and take, oh, we got another message. Let's see. Sell your ideas. They are totally acceptable. Let's see. Ooh, I see one repeating charm for the last two groups, and that is, of course, this guitar here. So again, as I've said with all the other groups, you know, you guys could definitely be, you know, a very musical group. You could be musicians or singers, or this is just a sign to be very aware of, you know, the kind of music you're listening to, or, you know, is it for your best, you know, your highest good? And also, you know, be aware of any sort of clairaudience situations that you may have in this week. You know, interesting enough, we have, you know, this shell, and it has this little red gem that's hiding inside of it. So I definitely feel like, you know, this is all about, you know, you're being very youthful, you know, starting something new, you know, going on a new journey of some sort, and it's very much tied to, you know, your root chakra. Think about your past. Again, that's coming up again, you know, with that. You know, don't be so focused on don't be so focused on like the negative things that happened in your past, because those things happen for a certain reason. There was probably something you learned from those lessons, and so to help you grow. Also, we have this shell, which I always take as like the soulmate kind of card, or partnership, you know, very two cups kind of energy, or the lover's card. And so there could be something involved to that for you guys in this week. We also have this shell, so I'm definitely seeing, you know, think about your core values, you know, really getting in touch with what is going on internally for you. We also have that little Eye of Horus, so your mind, your perception of things. You know, I'm getting, you know, some inspiration, you know, some messages from your spirit guides or your higher self. You know, again, that with this heart card, you know, definitely the possibility maybe of some sort of new love situation, you know, wisdom with this owl card, and then also that, you know, with these dice, an element of chance. You know, there could be a new friendship coming up, because we have that best friends forever charm here. There's a lot of that element going on here. Let's go ahead and now pull. Also think a lot about your heart chakra, because there was a lot of these blue-green kind of stones in here, as well as, of course, the green calcite. But let's go ahead and pull 3 tarot cards to represent the overall energy you guys will be dealing with in this week. So let's see what's going on for you guys, group 3. All right. So let's go ahead and see what we got. So we have the Chariot card. Oh my God, look at that. We also have the 8 of Wands, and we have the 3 of Swords. Look at that. So you guys, for this week, you know, obviously with the Chariot card, we are talking about you really going down a certain path, and a lot of movement, a lot of, you know, possibility of victory, of triumph, of celebration in that sense. So really knowing where it is you're headed going forward, movement forward. And even though you might have some form of victory in this week, because this is a major arcana, so this is definitely an important energy for you guys. The work is never done. You know, there's still more for you to go out and achieve And you know, it can always be difficult to choose the path that you're on, but I feel like it's so important for you guys to make sure that the choices that you're making for yourself. You're not letting anybody else sort of influence you. And now with the Eight of Wands, I feel like there's some sort of message, some sort of divine guidance that is coming for you in this week that's going to help you if you are kind of confused about which way to go. This is definitely going to clear it out. And it's also a clearing out and a movement away from, I feel like, this Three of Swords element. Because I feel like, this is, of course, sorrow. This is heartbreak. This is a lot of grief in that way, a breakup maybe. And so I feel like you guys are going to be moving away from this energy because it's something you've been dealing with for a while. I was even getting that kind of off your charms here, but there's new opportunities coming. As if you continue down this certain path, make sure you're not continuing down a path that is negative for you. Choose a positive path and go down that, because that is going to lead to a lot of new possibilities for you. Again, the Eight of Wands, be on the lookout for certain synchronicities, for certain signs coming through. Let's go ahead now and also pull 7 cards to represent the 7 days of the week and get more clarity on this situation. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and unpack these other ones. We got the Eight of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords. Look at that. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Novice of Pentacles, which is essentially the Knight of Pentacles. We also have the 3 of Wands. We have the Initiate of Wands, which is like the Queen of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Chalices. See what I was talking about? Felt like something about, your childhood was going to come up in this week. Your past, maybe past lives. Again, those kind of memories are coming back up. They're sparking in your mind, and there's some sort of message in that. There's a reason why certain things from the past are coming up in this week. It's to help release you from certain old, this feeling being trapped. Because again, that overall energy that we have going on here is, that the Devil card, the 7 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. And so releasing yourself from those binds, from those old modes of thinking. And, it could be that you need to change your idea of that. There could be help coming for you in that way. And I feel like, again, there's a connection here where these things from the past are going to come up, that 3 of Swords, that unhealed wound, that all those old unhealed energies, they're going to come up, and you're going to finally have to face them and then release them. Now, the 10 of Swords is an ending in that. You're going to finally be breaking those swords away. You're going to be clearing your mind. And while it probably won't be comfortable for you, because again, you're going to be, facing these sort of feelings that you may have been ignoring for so long, it's going to be uncomfortable in that sense, but it's going to be all for your best benefit. With the 4 of Pentacles, this is finally, getting your foundation stable again, I feel like. And then we also have that, the Novice of Pentacles at the same time. So this is all about your material world. So making sure that you are investing in the wisest areas you can in that sense, really being focused on your goals, but taking your time with things. Because, the Novice of Pentacles is not a fast moving kind of knight, the Knight of Pentacles. And so, in this though, don't feel, with that 4 of Pentacles, don't feel trapped by your material successes. Don't feel like you're worried about losing any elements of that, because you won't. Like, as long as you hold on to, your focus, that element of the Chariot driving forward, you won't lose anything. You'll only be gaining things. Again, it's a matter of how you're perceiving things. With the 3 of Wands, you've been making plans, you've been sending things out, and so part of it is waiting for things to come back to you, as well as continuing on, maybe starting on a journey, moving towards what it is you want to bring into your life. And then with that Initiate of Wands, I feel like that's kind of the ultimate goal of this week. This is where, that in the Chariot, this is where you're going to end up, is really coming into your own, because this is like the Queen of Wands. So she's super confident. She's has a lot of charisma about her. People are super attracted to her, and she is an attractive person, and so are you guys. And so really just let your most authentic, true self come out. This is a lot of talents as well, I feel like. So I feel like it's all about embracing your personal power, because that's what the Queen of Wands has a lot of strength in. Let's go ahead and also talk about, oh, look at this, your oracle cards I pulled. So for the energy of this week, we have the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel in reverse, is card 37. And so this is your personal power. It is that solar plexus chakra. So yes, emotions of desire, life force, energy. And in the reversed, when this card is reversed, it indicates a low ebb in your energy and possibly a lack of purpose. You may have been feeling very fragmented lately, unable to rein in your scattered focus. If this is the case, it is time to become more centered and single-minded. You can choose to bring a greater sense of enthusiasm into your everyday life. Call for the assistance of Chamuel to help you harness your power and spin this dynamic center of life force expression. Gather up and direct your life force energy and bring an attitude of enthusiasm to both your goal and your daily life. And that's what, again, the Chariot card, it's all about enthusiasm. The Initiate of Wands, enthusiasm. Have enthusiasm for things. Don't feel trapped in a certain situation, because you can always get out of it. Don't let things from the hurts of the past bring down your good time, your enthusiasm. So we also have, for your crystals that might be useful to use in this week, we have pyrite and we have green moss agate. So pyrite, are you worried about money? There's that Four of Pentacles coming out. Are you willing to accept prosperity into your life? You can earn unlimited income doing what you love to do. Use your skills, follow your dreams, have confidence, believe in yourself and your ability to be successful. The green moss agate, do you like to garden? Are you a nature lover? Spend more time connecting with Mother Earth. Put your hands in the soil and your bare feet in the grass. Investigate the use of nature's pharmacy, such as herbs and aromatherapy for general health and well-being. So this is, the moss agate is the angel of plants and herbs, and the pyrite is the angel of entrepreneurship. So definitely, with the angel of plants and herbs, I spend quality time in nature every day. I have an intimate connection with Mother Nature and her loving tools for natural healing. Essential oils and healing herbs allow me to balance all aspects of my life. Angel of Entrepreneurship says, I am prosperous and abundant in all of my endeavors. I have a limitless potential and I fulfill my highest purpose. I naturally attract whatever I need to be joyful and successful. I earn unlimited income doing what I love. So I feel like you guys definitely are somebody, for some of you who pick this, have a talent with herbs and oils and things like that. And so this is definitely a calling for you. If you haven't already sort of started maybe like your side hustle that has to do with that, really, if you haven't started, I would say start it. And if you are already doing it, invest some more time into it. Take a break maybe from things that are making you unhappy, and invest more time into those things, because I think could lead to greater prosperity for yourself. And so we also have the Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. Then the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. So this is card 32. Didn't you have another card that was 32? I'm not sure. We also have, and it's card 20. So let's talk about these. So with the Sun Dancers, it says, as your ally, the Sun Dancers celebrate you now and remind you of the laws of success and praise. Anything you place your attention on will manifest and experience, so the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magic of mystical magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision. Give thanks in advance for the grace For the grace and goodwill of the divine, be willing to dance the victory dance as your greatest dreams are realized, and watch how easily things begin to fall into place. Stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. All things are possible now. Dance the joy of being, and celebrate your life in abundance today. So yeah, that's definitely a call. Trust that, spirit and everything is going to have your back, and that things are going to happen when they do, and just pour all this positivity into what you want to grow. And then with the Lady of the Gift, it says, the Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. The world is your church, and you only need to distribute 10% of your wealth to others to ensure that the flow continues. Yet, this doesn't necessarily mean giving money away, nor does it imply a direct action of charity. Even though the tradition of tithing is material, in fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks of you isn't tangible or material at all. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important to the divine scheme of things, and show others that you believe in them. Pay attention to how you treat people, and be mindful of your perception, even of seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant, and act as if you believe they have value, blessings all around are ensured. Your belief in others has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. So yes, both of these cards are totally in tune with each other, in that you need to bring out, the positivity and abundance for yourself, and then give it back to other people as well. Really be positive and be generous and loving and kind to other people, because that in turn will bring that cycle around to you. And finally, something I have to mention, because I've noticed this with the filming, it's like the color going on has changed quite a bit. So I don't know, maybe that's significant for you guys in some way. I don't know. It's just something I've noticed as I'm filming. Finally, we have the card that I pulled specifically for the new moon in Leo, and that is listening. So this is definitely a key for you guys to do this full moon. So what this says is, drawing this symbol indicates that you are meant to listen to what others are saying with their gestures rather than their words. In my house of night, there will be a beautiful girl with skin the color of dark honey who has the gift of poetry. She is able to weave tales with great detail and expression, yet without being obvious or straightforward. Reading between the lines and finding true meaning are what are required right now. Listen and learn. What others don't say is what is important at this moment. So definitely be very aware of what, clearly with that, is reading between the lines, and really connecting to your intuition, really reading the vibe off people, because people might be saying one thing, but their body might be telling you something completely different. So take note of that, because obviously there's something there. Maybe this is to help you in, really being generous to other people, because somebody is saying that, I'm perfectly fine, I'm so happy, but their body language and the feeling you're getting off is saying something completely different. And so reach out a helping hand to that person, and really, get them to know that everything will be all right for them. I feel like that's kind of like what is going on here. And so just to clarify, this is from the wisdom of the House of Night, so that's why the description of that card is the way it is. So yeah, I definitely feel, you guys could also be a very poetic group. Maybe poetry might be helpful for you to work out your own feelings, especially with that Three of Swords, and reconnecting to your own personal power. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for you guys who picked group 3 with the green calcite. Your week, it's all about, I think, releasing things from the past and clearing yourself to really accept new opportunities for yourself. Really make sure that the path you're going down aligns to what your highest purpose is. What is it that will truly make you the most happy in life, and go after that. Because again, if you pour positivity and your manifestation towards it, it will grow. You know, there's that element of kind of revisiting your childhood. So maybe whatever this, you know, this call to do something that you truly love kind of stems back from your childhood. Maybe it is poetry. Maybe you guys are writers who picked this group. And so that can bring you so much abundance if you just poured some more time in it. And it's not like you have to quit your day job or something. I think it's just a call for you to invest more time into that area, because the more, you know, those little baby steps you put towards it and the time you invest, you know, slowly you'll get more and more time to put towards that thing until, you know, maybe one of these days you'll wake up and realize I'm doing exactly what I love in life and I can support myself with that. Because I feel like, you know, money concerns are always kind of something on your mind, as well as, you know, this element of just your mind in general and being kind of stressed about things. But you have so much passion and creativity and fire behind you that you just, again, you need to focus on what really aligns with your heart, and then everything else will fall into place. So yes, I hope this reading resonated for you guys, and leave a like on this video, comment, let me know what you think about it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of July.